I've done this with them quite a bit, and every time it's more valuable than the last time. Shifting literally everything. Shifting literally everything. In my business, there will be a new business program, which is super exciting. I am never the same person when I leave as when I come. And the same is true for this. I feel more magical. I feel more powerful. I feel more complete. I feel more clear. And I love it.
Welcome, everyone, to the 416 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. The records are now open. I am so thrilled to be here with you. We're going to jam for the next 30 minutes or so, channeling insight, guidance, clarity from the Akashic Records. We are about to have a potent mystical encounter with this realm of the Akash. Say hello to me once you get here. If this is the first time you are tuning in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Emily Harrison. I'm the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy, working with visionaries, thought leaders, storytellers, difference makers, teaching them to tap into the field of the Akash, universal consciousness, where we have the ability to extract instant information about our lives from a soul perspective. That's right. We get wisdom, guidance, and clarity from the omnipotent perspective of our soul, right? We get to tap into God mind. Every single human on the planet has the ability to do this. And that is my mission, to return this powerful technology to the planet. Now, I'm just going to take a moment here and make sure that all of our technologies are working, because I am noticing that there might be some malfunctions. So give me just 1 second here. Check in. Make sure we are live. All right. There we go. So again, if you are new to the Akashic Records, let me give you some insight on how to use this realm of consciousness. The records hold all intelligence, past, present, all possible futures, and are recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. That's where we get the connection to God mind. All right. God sees us outside of judgment. And when we learn to tap into this perspective, also when we contemplate truly, what is the concept of God? What does this mean in our lives? Are we gods? Are we expressing the God energy through us? I do believe that that is all part of our experience here as souls walking the human journey on the planet. Before I learned how to read the Akashic Records, I found myself really confused about the repetitive challenges that I felt in life. I had challenges in my career, definitely. I had big aspirations. I was a Hollywood actress for 20 years. And while I was having success on the outside, on the material plane in certain aspects, on the inside, I was really struggling with being a young mom and learning to hold the frequency of the divine feminine and motherhood in my family, with my husband, with my job. It just felt like I was trying to show up in all of these ways that were part of my soul's desire to express myself. And yet I just was coming up against challenge after challenge after challenge in the 3D material world, feeling unseen, unheard, feeling depressed, feeling confused, not knowing which way to go. And that is when I found the Akashic Records. This truly began to open up my awareness. It allowed me a different perspective to view my life. And so once I was able to tap into this frequency, I began to ask questions and self-dissect. All right. My challenges from birth on, because we have challenges from the very moment that our soul incarnates into this physical planet, that are designed for our soul's growth, that we don't necessarily understand or get as we're walking through the process. I began to ask these questions through the perspective of God mind, and literally everything in my life began to make sense. And I still use this profoundly in my life right now. I'm a single mom of 3 kids. I have a teenage daughter who's experiencing, again, challenges in the 3D material world. Hello, we all have challenges in the 3D material world. They look different, same and different for all of us. But our challenges are manifestations of the patterns that our soul is here to learn. All right. And as my daughter is sharing with me what the challenges in the 3D world look like, for her, it's being late every day to school and the ripples that it's causing because she has to ride with her brother to school. Okay. That's not the actual problem. The problem is the pattern of how she's spending her time right now. My daughter is so driven. She works 2 jobs. She goes to school full time. She's 15 years old. The reason she's late to school every morning is because she's exhausted and her nervous system is shot. And she's learned this pattern of overworking. Like, I see that in myself. So as she's sharing with me about the challenges in the 3D world, my mind is able to see through this higher perspective and able to take ownership of, ultimately, this is culture that I'm creating. Who's heard of ancestral trauma? Type ancestral trauma in the comments if you've heard of ancestral trauma. We are participating in creating it. Ancestral curses, if you want them to stop in this generation with you and with your children, it requires you to do the work. It requires me to do the work. So this is what it looks like in my life, is the Akashic Records helps me to see the bigger picture and understand and make those course corrections along the way that put us back on track with our divine blueprint, our divine purpose, which is to be happy, which is to be inspired, which is to create, which is to be in the magic and the wonderment and the awe of life, which is some encouragement that I feel like we all need right now in this modern day world, because whether you are seeing it play out on the macro, which means our world at large, or whether you are noticing this in the micro, your real life, hello, we are in a time of massive evolution here on the planet, where the old paradigms and structures that are governing our society, that are governing our experience, are breaking down. You're seeing it happen in the government, politically, in the world. Here's my question for you, though. Are you able to see it on your own microcosm? Because that's where you have the opportunity to do the work. That's where the invitation for evolution is. All right. So I want to take questions from the audience today. I'm going to channel an insight from the Akashic Records, and then also bring in some healing transmissions that will help activate our DNA, help us to remember our power, help us to release trauma, vibrate higher, and tap into our genius. All right. If you walk away with one takeaway from today, I want you to know this: the answers are within you. Access to the Akash, to this living library of intelligence, to higher level insight, is within you. And you can learn to tap into it on a 24/7 basis. Okay. But we're going to hang out here together right now in the Akashic Records. I'm going to do it for you. You're also going to be experiencing it because you are in this field. You are going to be experiencing a higher level of connection, because we all create a field here together. So observe what you're noticing is coming into your mind. All right, maybe notice how the energy is moving in your body. Here are some ways that you can use the Akashic Records to ask questions. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and start firing up the chat box with questions. All right, sometimes we don't know what questions to ask, so I'm going to give you some options here. The Akashic Records can help us examine our life and purpose. So you can ask questions like, what is my soul's mission? How can I find more joy and fulfillment in my daily life? What strengths or abilities should I focus on? What's one action today I can take to align with my highest potential? All right. For those of you who want to know more about relationships and connections, you can ask questions like, what's the deeper purpose of my relationship with a specific person? How can I attract more meaningful relationships? You guys can read that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I've got a couple other options here for you. Career and creativity. I like these too. Okay. How can you bring more passion into your work? All right. Let's see. There's one more category. I think this is probably my favorite category: challenges and transformation. What lesson is this current challenge teaching me? How can I overcome fear and doubt that I'm experiencing? Yes, yes, yes. Letting go of old patterns. Yes. How can I turn this difficult situation into an opportunity for growth? Because that's what's being invited for you, is opportunities for growth. All right, so it's y'all's turn. Go ahead and start firing up my chat box here with your questions. Now, I will, full disclosure, I can only see the questions that are coming in on StreamYard. So you want to make sure that you give StreamYard access to your comments and questions. Say hello to me once you get here. Who's here? And thank you all for being here. I know it's vulnerable to put yourself out there and ask the questions at times. I'm so grateful for you all, though, and want you to know how important you are to this show. It's your guides, your masters, your teachers, your loved ones who are still connected to you, who have passed, your guides, who come together in a collective here to bring through intelligence and information. All right, so start lighting up my chat box with your questions. Amy, hello, I see you. Amy, you can have the floor right now. We've got an intimate audience here today. Amy, what do you want to know? Ask some questions in here. All right, so while I am waiting for the questions to come into the chat box, I'll just continue to teach a little bit more about the Akashic Records, because there are some fundamentals that you need to know to be really good at reading the Akashic Records. All right. And that's my true area of expertise, is teaching other people really simply how to do this. All right, so the first thing to understand is that reading the Akashic Records is not like you're opening up a book and actually reading text. Okay, for some people it can be. I'm not saying that it can't look like that. But the idea of reading our Akashic Records can create a false sense of what that actually is. The reading is coming through the intuitive senses or your inner senses. Okay, and you can read more than just text. You can read color. Okay, you can read or pick up on sensation in your body. Okay, you can pick up on tones or frequencies in your ears. Right? These are all ways that we learn to pick up on the information or read the information. And so, since we are not using our outward senses to do this, we're using inward senses. We got to calm our shit down inside of our bodies so we can tap in. All right, because our bodies are a environment of all different kinds of frequencies, from your thoughts to your emotions to the pulsations of your physical organs and what's moving inside of your body, your blood moving. All right. When we want to tap into the subtle sensations of our body, we want to calm everything down. We want to calm our thoughts. We want to calm our emotions. We want to use our breath to slow things down so that we can perceive. All right. So it's really all about slowing down. Amy says, what do we need to know about the energies that are coming in right now? All right, Amy, thank you for asking. Let me tap in and see what the guides want to know. First thing, as I drop in, I get dizzy and I feel pressure sensation changes. Like when you're going down in a pool and the pressure, the gravity starts to change, right? So what that is letting me know is that there's dimensional shift that's happening. And our bodies are adjusting to it right now. The solar flares that are coming in, the spiking of the Schumann frequencies, these are all part of the bigger shift and rebalancing and recalibrating of our sun, of our planet, as we are shifting into the 5D timeline. All right, the 5D timeline, the guys want to talk about that next. What is the 5D timeline? Congratulations, you're on it, by the way, if you are here. The 5D timeline is where we experience the separation of the what was, the powers that were, the paradigms that are crumbling, and we are returning to the frequency of our divine blueprint, where we live in a society a civilization of peace, power, and plenty. That is the divine blueprint. It has been, that frequency has been held and established here on the planet before. So this is a returning of the golden age. And these frequencies of the 5D are present all around us right now. When we slow down and we begin to look through that lens, we begin to seek where we have peace already in our lives, or where we have the ability, the power to bring ourselves into peace, which we do in every single moment, by the way. You are a sovereign being of light. It's part of the density shift as we are recalibrating to the frequencies of light that are within us, light codes. Our DNA is coming online. Okay. Here's how to best navigate these energies right now. Get a lot of rest, drink a lot of water, protect your energy. It is your responsibility to protect your energy. Say that now with me. It is my responsibility to protect my own energy. You need to show up in your full capacity in order to navigate these times, because we are in times of trial and tribulation. Let me not sugarcoat it and unicorn ride too much with y'all about the 5D. All right. Yes, it is here. And our job, one of the reasons that every soul watching this, we have chosen to be here on this planet during this time of rapid evolution where this light is rapidly expanding, and the light is eradicating the shadow. But what that looks like is each one of us doing that work, eradicating our own shadow, going inward, dissecting ourselves, understanding our patterns. Oh, that's why I'm such an asshole when that happens. No wonder, loving yourself through it, feeling those feelings, choosing differently, right? This is doing the shadow work. So we need to rest up because we're going to get triggered. Every single trauma point that we've experienced in all of our lifetimes, you're going to get the opportunity to rise above by mastering those triggers, those trauma wounds that come up. And in order to do that, you're going to need peace within yourself. So you need proper rest. You need to drink your water. You need to meditate. I really encourage you as well to eat root vegetables, eat food that is grown in the ground. This will help you calibrate to the frequencies of the planet. Okay. All right. Let me see what activation the guides want to bring in today. And thank you, Amy, for that question. Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen for Amy, everybody. Also, let me know what landed for you. As I was channeling there from the Akash for Amy's questions, what we need to know right now around the energies coming in. Let me know what was landing for you. All right, I'm going to tap in and see what energy healing the guides want to bring in today. Yeah, they want to bring in the energies of peace, power, plenty. Okay, so we're going to receive, first of all, the energies of peace. I want to invite you to receive this energy, to sit up nice and straight. Okay, feel all four corners of your feet connected to the floor. So you're making a strong connection with Mother Earth. Lay the palms up and open on your lap. In order to receive this activation, you're going to be receiving it into your body. I want you to go into the most profound state of relaxation you can in your body, which, by the way, this is one of the most powerful prosperity activations that I have ever experienced. Because what happens is, for anybody working with prosperity, financial abundance, tapping in, any kind of abundance of love, opportunities, here's the thing. We have to be able to hold that frequency in our physical body. Your physical body is the divine sacred technology that holds the consciousness, that projects and experiences the energy of heaven on earth, and you get to create it or not create it. You can create hell too if you want to. I've miscreated that before in my life. We don't want to do that. But our bodies are a very important part of this spiritual evolutionary experience here, and how we manifest and create is we hold the frequency, the knowing, the thought, the emotion. We hold it in our bodies. It reflects, pulsates out from our bodies, and then is reflected in the material world. All right, Amy, you're right. Sensory overload is huge. Huge. I was just in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend for a humanitarian highlight awards gala sponsored by Culture City. Culture City is a nonprofit that creates not only sensory rooms, but sensory inclusion experiences, as well as trains staff in big public venues, police officers, first responders, for people with sensory overload, which is 1 in 4 of the planet, okay? The undiagnosed, the unseen disabilities. Senses go on overload. We've got to drop back in, right? And learn to receive the peace. You got to learn to hold the peace in the body. All right. So yeah, the guides are actually going to bring in energy and light to work specifically with sensory overload. So for those of you who want to receive this, you can type yes in the comments. By the way, at this gala event, y'all, I don't know if you saw this, but I got to introduce Lil Jon. It's pretty exciting. Who was the performer at the event. Check out my reels and stuff if you haven't seen that. I didn't know this, but Lil Jon released a meditation album last year, Total Meditation. I've been listening to it. It's awesome. Okay, so check that out if you have it. All right, let's get ready to receive this activation. Lindsay, thank you. I see your yes. Ready to receive this activation of peace. All right, profound relaxation in the body, sitting up nice and straight. We're going to receive a complete rewiring of the nervous system for those of you who are ready. Feeling all 4 corners of your feet on the floor. Tuck the tailbone, chin under, that elongates the spine. Relax the shoulders, palms up and open, receptive on your lap. Nice deep breath. Moving into a profound state of relaxation as this white light comes pouring into the crown. Relaxing you from the top of the head, down the face, the neck, shoulders, chest, back, arms, stomach, lower back, pelvis, hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, heels, soles of your feet up to your toes. Yes. Nice deep breaths, full exhale. Move into total relaxation here. The more relaxed you can get in this moment, I should say the most relaxed you can get, that's going to be your new baseline frequency that your guides can help dial you to, can help adjust you to. But you've got to create it within yourself first. So just get as relaxed as you can. Get low. In the words of Lil Jon, get low. Get low within yourself. Yeah. Okay. Now that we've got that relaxation, we're filling back up with peace. Peace, the golden light of peace. Okay, it's moving from the golden light into a magenta light. Feeling your body right now, gold and magenta light. Some blue light coming in right now, cobalt, vibrant blue. Good, the greens, the yellows, the oranges, all the colors of the rainbow coming in now. Let your body fill with this light. Good. Peace. Power as your body fills with this rainbow light, as you interact with it, as you notice it, you feel it. Tapping back into your divine blueprint, cells turning on, stepping back into your power. The more you notice yourself as a being of light, the more you are returning to that divine blueprint of power. Good, and feeling the energies of plenty now. Feel yourself in a state of abundance. in a state of prosperity, radiating that feeling, that knowingness, that trust that you are divinely held by the universe, that all of the answers that you need are within you. And acknowledging the I am presence, and so it is. Ooh, good stuff. Some slow blinks. Come on back into your body. All right. How is that for y'all? Let me know. Let me get some more questions rolling in here. All right. I'm going to hop over here on YouTube, everybody, and see if we've got any more questions rolling in. So I have a feeling that there are some of your questions that I'm not seeing. Let's make sure that that's turned all the way down. Yes, it is. All right. All right. Let's get some more questions fired up. What y'all want to know about? You want to know about your relationships? Who you was connected to in a past life? Do you want to know how you can bring more meaning and passion into your work? I love my job, by the way. If you do not love your job, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you can love your job. That is also part of the 5D, the divine blueprint, is we're designed to be in love with all aspects of our life. From your family to your job. Your job is designed to be your divine service to humanity in the 5D blueprint. It's not what you do to make money to keep the lights on. All right. And if you are still in that old paradigm where you chose your job based on old paradigm thought forms, you probably don't like your job. And you need to make some changes and corrections. All right. It's each one of our jobs, though, to create our own life. Job meaning on a soul mission level, to create a life that we love. That's the divine blueprint. That's what we're here for. All right. All right. Fire up my chat box. Come on. Come on, audience. Come on. Y'all are the show. All right. So while I'm waiting for some more questions to come in, I'm going to share something with you. I am going to share what it looks like to dive into the Akashic Record training for yourself. This is a program that was designed to awaken your ability to shift reality, open up your access to infinite cosmic wisdom so you can heal, grow, and create to your divine potential. All right. You are designed to be living a life that you are in love with. However, we've got to turn on our ability to, one, self-heal, and our powers to create. All right. And there's some things standing in our way. This course is designed to take care of that for you. All right. I gotta lean in here and put my glasses on. Here's what this process is designed to do. Personally heal yourself of emotional and physical dis-ease. The truth is, you created it. You get to uncreate it. You get to heal it. Once you discover the pattern, which is why you created it, you can change that pattern. All right. I have helped countless of my clients do this, from alleviating autoimmune disease to alleviating depression. Depression myself is one that I took pharmaceutical medication for. I got my client Cindy, who had such intense autoimmune issues. She didn't go out in the sun because her skin would react. She was able to understand why she created that limitation for herself and heal it. And then within the time, of this course, this training, which is a 4 to 6 month training, she healed it. And she started, like, after decades of not going outside, she went to festivals in shorts and sandals and went on a vacation to Hawaii. It's amazing. All right. You're also going to learn how to identify and clear oppressive belief systems. You will experience deep and transformative self-love. This is the key to falling in love with every aspect of your life, is really falling in love, deeply in love with yourself. Okay. And that's how we're designed to operate as well, by the way. It's also an important measure that ensures that we're not going to weaponize this intelligence. All right. The Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, recorded from a neutral perspective. Any question that you ever want to know, you can ask and get the information for. Okay, this is the big deal. How is it ensured that we don't use this out of ego and weaponizing it against each other? Well, you must first go through a soul cleansing process where every reason that you don't love yourself, perhaps you even hate yourself, you release that. You fall deeply in love with yourself. And when you love yourself, you're going to see love in others, that God force energy in others, which ensures that we are going to only use this for our highest good, at the highest good of everyone connected to us. All right. Which is an important part of the clearing process so that you can get that advanced high level information. You're also going to learn to clear ancestral patterns that are no longer serving you or the collective. Overworking, one of the big ones I'm working on right now in my own ancestry. Understand your life mission, open up your access to your highest potential, access your quantum healing abilities, and unlock new energetic skills. I can teach you how to read the records, even if you don't have experience with meditation, although I'm going to tell you the truth, your ass need to meditate. You're going to be better at this if you do. Even if you don't feel like you're psychic or have had psychic experiences, if your mind feels full of chatter, you don't consider yourself creative, you don't have an advanced education, or are skeptical. All right. So I'm going to put the link in the comments. Let me stop sharing here. For those of you who want to check out this training, I want to invite you to do so. For those of you who aren't sure and you want to talk to me, you're like, I don't know if this will work or not, I will invite you onto a discovery call. So both links are up there. All right. If you already know that this is going to work for you, get in. Don't wait to get on my schedule for a discovery call. But if you do have questions, you can hop on a discovery call with me. All right. Let's take one more question here together today. Nancy Ray. Hello, Emily. Hello, Nancy. What do I need to focus on now to aid my soul growth? All right. First thing that I feel palpably in my body, Nancy, is my third eye is going off like crazy. All right. So what that tells me is working with activating the intuition. The third eye, or the pineal gland, is the seat of our intuition or our psychic skills. I talked about those a little bit earlier. I didn't talk about what they are specifically. Clairvoyance, which is clear inner vision, that's seeing things in your mind, including colors, shapes, geometry, or sometimes even like a smoky haze. All right. Your clairaudience, which is clear inner hearing. You can hear the voice of God or the voice of a loved one or the voice of yourself. A lot of times it sounds like the voice of yourself in your head. There's clairsentience, which is clear inner feeling. That's the body responding either palpably with sensation, like I shared with you, oh, my third eye, oh, and there it goes again, a little pressure in the third eye. Clairsentience can also look like clear feeling other people's feelings, temperature shifts and changes. And then there's claircognizance or clairknowing. That's when a download comes in. All of a sudden, your ass just got enlightened. You're like, oh, makes sense. So that's what the guides are sharing with me, Nancy, is really work on understanding those clairs and exercising those clair senses so you can get stronger messages coming in. That's one of the biggest advantages to activating your intuition and starting to work with your psychic senses, is that you can get information beyond the physical world. Okay, so our logical mind is what perceives and makes sense of information in the physical world. Your intuitive mind, or your ability to know something instantly, comes from your intuitive senses. Okay. All right, cool. Trisha said, I just got the notification. I did too. I saw the notification come in a little late on my phone too, Trisha. And I've noticed that there definitely feels like some wacky technology. Maybe we've got some solar flares happening right now. So I noticed that my printer went totally offline earlier today and has not come back online yet. I would like it to, because I need to print some notes for my class tonight. I'm teaching a really cool class, and I'll just share with you guys before we close out. And I will bring in One more activation before we go. Activation that will enhance all of our psychic senses. Okay. I talked about the 4 main psychic senses, by the way. The guides are telling me right now there are a whole bunch of other senses that are coming online right now. So we'll go back in and activate those. All right. I was gonna tell you one other thing. Hang on. Oh, what was it? Oh, I was gonna derail. Okay, I can't remember. All right, maybe I'll remember. I'll stick to the activation, and then maybe I'll remember what that last thing was that I was gonna tell you. All right, so let's bring in an activation for enhancing our psychic senses, our psychic abilities. And these go beyond the 4 psychic senses that I even talked about. Okay. So the guides want you to drop the consciousness from the mind, from the monkey mind up here. Imagine bringing the consciousness out of your mind, and the consciousness forms into a beautiful crystal ball here in front of your mind. And then with your awareness, sinking that crystal ball of consciousness down into your heart. Okay, and open up the heart mind. Okay, so the heart mind is where these activations are coming in, these activations of enhanced perception, not only the 4 psychic senses that we talked about, but a multitude of others. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Egyptians actually had 360 senses intact. Can't even fathom what they all are. I do notice though, oh, maybe it's that ability to perceive in 360 degrees. So just imagine yourself now holding that frequency of perception in 360 degrees. Oh, actually, this is an activation coming in from the ancient Egyptians, who are also connected to the Atlanteans, the ancient Atlanteans. So some powerful technology, wisdom, returning itself to the planet right now. You're accessing this through memory, through the memory of the DNA. Good, holding this activation, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your body. Back into your body. Woo. Okay. Whoa, that one was nuts. And yeah, my third eye's going crazy now as we're coming back in. That was super fun. Nancy Ray, thank you so much. Everybody give a round for Miss Nancy Ray. All right, cool. All right, so here's what I wanted to tell you. I did remember. Super excited. I am teaching a class tonight on remote viewing with my Akashic Alchemists. These are my year-long students who have already trained in the Akashic Records. They've also joined me for the Advanced Soul Activation Immersion that happens in Mount Shasta every year. And they're going deep into their Jedi powers and skills. And we are working on remote viewing tonight, which is so freaking cool. Every human has the ability to do this on the planet. And practicing it with other Jedis is so exciting. And I have awesome notes that I need to print, and my computer went offline. So anyway, bringing that full circle to Trisha saying, just got the notification, and I noticed that our soul family is starting to gather here. Paula says, I hope I didn't miss much. Well, I'll say this. Our technology, that makes sense why we didn't have many people here at the top of the hour, and it kind of threw me a little bit. I was like, So I think that's all you missed. That's really all you missed, Paula. The fact that I was thrown off by sitting here by my damn self. All right. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Definitely watch the replay. Let me know what you're getting from the activations. Don't forget, special opportunities to connect this week. If you want to hop on my calendar for a 30-minute discovery call, talk more about how the Akashic Records can be a game changer for you, then make sure you grab that link. And I also shared the link around the self-study training. This is a self-paced program. You will have access to help and support and community as you go through this, as well as the opportunity to earn a certification. So if you want to do this work for others, you will have that opportunity and support to do so. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you back here next week.
The Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, and future, and are available to assist you now.
Do you seek answers within yourself but don't know if you can trust your intuition? Do you desire positive change in life but feel unsupported by others? Do you suffer from failure to execute but have hit your point of enough? Not only have I been there, but I have found my way out, and so can you. The Akashic Records are your key to understanding any area of stagnation and hold solutions to your greatest challenges. My mission is to teach you everything I know about the Akashic Records, how to use them with mastery, while always staying in beginner's mind, which will keep you humble yet powerful. It's all within you. Come, let me show you.
What have I gained from the Akashic Records? Reading the Akashic Records has strengthened and deepened my intuition, and at the same time allowed me to build a deeper connection with the inner wisdom of my gut and my heart in order to be able to support and challenge the decisions that I've made in my head.
Learning to read the Akashic Records helped me to cultivate the courage and the knowledge to start a new business. It helped guidance become clearer. It helped me become more confident for my entire life moving forward.